Hello, welcome to European Open Briefing for Monday, November the 26th. I'm Rafi Boyadjian, currency analyst at xm.com, and we're going to be taking a look at what's happening in the currency markets today. So we're seeing a bit of a rebound from Friday's losses, both in equities markets and in commodities, in particular oil prices. We had a big sell-off in oil on Friday amid concerns about the outlook for the global economy in 2019. So this boosted the US dollar, which is lately becoming quite a bit of a safe haven. This morning, though, we're seeing the dollar pulling back from some of those highs we saw on Friday. But against the yen, the dollar is around 0.3% higher, as the Japanese yen is broadly weaker on the back of fairly broadly risk-on sentiment. We can see in equities, most indices are in the green, except in China, where we saw stocks closing slightly lower. But we've got a strong open in Europe, and US futures are also pointing to a strong start, despite the fact that on Friday we had a big sell-off on Wall Street. The focus this week will be on Fed speakers. We've got both the chair and vice chair speaking later in the week, and of course that G20 summit towards the end of the week. If you look at what's happening to European currencies, both euro and sterling rebounding from Friday's lows. Sterling had come under pressure on Friday on doubt about the Brexit deal after Spain threatened to block the deal over a disagreement over Gibraltar. But over the weekend we had that EU summit on Brexit, and EU leaders approved the Brexit agreement. But now Theresa May, UK Prime Minister, has to try to get that through UK Parliament, which could be quite difficult. So that's why sterling's gains are somewhat muted. That vote is not expected until mid-December, so sterling is unlikely to get any significant lift before then. If you have a look at what's happening to the euro, Italy has signaled that it's willing to make compromises over its budget for 2019, so that has lifted the euro around quarter of a percentage points to 1.1367. On Friday, the euro fell sharply on poor PMIs out of the Eurozone. Having a look at the Australian dollar, it's benefiting from the risk-on sentiment. It's up by around 0.4%. The Kiwi did come under pressure earlier in Asian trading from disappointing retail sales numbers out of New Zealand. It's up by around 0.3%, though at the moment at just around the 0.68 level. The loonie is also firmer, rising to around 1.3190 to the US dollar, as we see oil prices rebounding from Friday's one-year lows. WTI up by around 1.5% at $51.2 a barrel, though the oil's gains are likely to be limited, as there are doubts about whether or not OPEC will make cuts at the December 6th meeting, as OPEC members, in particular Saudi Arabia, is under pressure from President Trump to keep a lid on oil prices. If you have a look at the main performers, we can see their oil up there at the top, followed by Euro Yen and the Aussie and the Kiwi, and then we can see dollar index near the bottom of the table. But dollar yen is up, though, mainly due to the risk on weighing on the Japanese safe haven currency, the yen. On Friday, we saw big losses on in stocks, equities, and oil. Now we've got a number of concerns weighing on the market, slowing Chinese economy, and that's even before taking into account the impact of the US tariffs. We've got, of course, those ongoing trade tensions. There's concerns that we're seeing a peak in corporate earnings growth, and of course Brexit and Italy in Europe. So markets are looking for some positive developments. So we've got that meeting between President Trump and President Xi at the G20 summit. If we do see some progress there, we could see a strong rebound in risk sentiment. Ahead of that, though, investors will be watching a speech by Fed Chair Jerome Powell on Wednesday. He could possibly signal a more cautious view on interest rates going into 2019. given the recent market sell-off. Looking now at the euro, we can see a bit of a rebound, the euro moving towards its moving averages in the 4-hour chart. Over the weekend, we did get some signals from Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini that he's willing to soften his stance towards making concessions over Italy's budget, and now we're seeing even more reports that Italy could possibly lower its deficit target from 2.4 to 2% for 2019, and that has led to a reduction in Italian government bond yields, and that in turn has boosted the euro. Though we do have still concerns about eurozone growth. PMIs on Friday out of the eurozone, the flash releases showed composite PMI dropping to a 4-year low. And a quick look at what's coming up later in the day. We do have German IFO numbers coming up, but it's going to be fairly quiet for the rest of the day, apart from speech by Mario Draghi at a parliamentary hearing later at 14 hours GMT. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.